Welcome to HumanityWins.net. Please read the important disclaimer on your screen. All of the content provided is for entertainment purposes only. It should not be taken as medical or legal advice. Please contact your doctor or lawyer if you require such advice. Thank you. The show starts right now.
Hello, good morning. Welcome to Change is Near, episode 4. I'm gonna talk about the future today. As always, as I said in the previous 3 episodes, these are my views and my feelings. Okay, this is not gonna stand any type of fact checking or whatever. What we call science. This is not. I mean, there's no way to prove this. Okay, so I hope you like it, you enjoy it, and if it doesn't resonate with you, you see it as entertainment or science fiction. Okay. So the future has been something that since the inception of mankind, we have been very interested in. The way is because we believe this is our only life, so it has an end, and so the future is very important, you see, because we want to make the most out of this life. Right now we're in a time very, very important in mankind, and one thing we have to understand is the future is not set ever. Yes, these beings that rule us, the powers that be, whatever you want to call them, I went into that in episode 2. They have the ability to go back and forth on time. That shouldn't be done, by the way. That's an ability they have developed. That's an ability that higher being has, because time is irrelevant in the vast extent of an infinite universe. So the only way to traverse the universe is if time and distance become not a factor. So yes, of course you can go back and forth, but that's not the point. You just don't take any importance into time. So you just exist, and you are just being and not part of the ego. And that's the thing, we're very attached. Ego and being is a very interesting subject that will go on in future episodes. You have heard about it, you probably know much, some of you know much more about it than me, technically speaking. But being part of the ego is that all the things that are important to you and in your mind, they go through your mind, okay? So the future is very important because, again, we think of time as something that is limited. It's a friend of mine used to tell me when we were car sharing and I was driving to go faster, to pass cars, to take this exit, to avoid traffic. And I said, why you're so obsessed to get where we're going maybe 2-3 minutes before? And he said, I'm going through all those things to get there a little bit faster. And he said, because time is a finite asset or resource. So I'm already older right now than the time we left the house, and I'm going to be older tomorrow than I'm today. And yes, it's one way of looking at it. If you think that on your physical death is going to be the end for you, okay, end equals start. There's never an end in an infinite universe. You are never going to end, if you like it or not. We're going to go on for so long, for eternity, okay? So there's no end, there's just change. The words start and end don't exist. They don't exist in your mind. What can happen is change, certainly, and there is change coming in the future, I believe. Again, these are my feelings. This is what I'm feeling right now. Nothing is going through my brain, okay? So be careful, because I don't predict the future. I don't see it. It doesn't come to me in images. This is something I just feel very strongly about. And some information I've got it from other people that do see stuff like visions or get the information directly from higher beings. So what's going to happen, the future is going to actually, it's like the earth is going to split, okay? It's very difficult to explain. It cannot go through my brain, but the way I see it is there's going to be this pristine earth that is going to be in balance, okay? And you see these demons, they utilize this information against us because now there's the rhetoric or the narrative of climate change, of man-made climate change. So if you are pro-earth, if you are pro-species, if you are pro-animals, then you are actually believing in climate change, and that's not it at all. We must live in balance with everything else, including the earth, the universe, other species, other civilizations, other planets. All energy in the universe must be in balance, and we live in an unbalanced earth right now. Earth 2019, November 2019 was unbalanced. I'm sorry to say that, it's just a fact. We were not living in balance with other species, we were not living in balance with the earth, and we were not living in balance within ourselves. We don't even know who we are. So how could balance start if you don't even know who you are? So we were very attached to terrestrial pleasures. I've already gone into that, food, drink, entertainment, travel, material things such as car, houses, having money. Some people even get pleasure of looking at their bank account and how many zeros it has, or buildings, land, having possessions. So they use that against us because they have two narratives right now: climate change and this new world, Great Reset, they call it, New World Order, whatever. So they're very similar to what I think is going to happen on the pristine Earth. That is, we're going to be in balance. We're going to have technology, good technology, that is going to be in balance with the Earth and other beings and the universe. Everything is going to be for good. You are not going to need to work in the 2022 way that you put work and you get money for whatever you do. If you're a doctor, you're a lawyer, you're an engineer, whatever, you own a business, you provide a service. It's not going to be like that. We're just going to exist, okay? We're going to push the limit of our physical bodies. Some say it's around 150 to 180 years, but you're not going to age the way you age in Earth 2022. You see, right now this world is so unbalanced, so let's go through a list of what's been happening to us for thousands of years, okay? So the food is poisoned, okay? Recently it's really worse because with the GMO things and everything, crops and that, it's even worse, but it has been poisoned forever. Water has been poisoned forever, the air has been poisoned forever, and lately it's even worse with the chemtrails and all that. The medicine is clearly a per-profit industry that poisons you, so you become sick and you become a client for life. Okay, you have been lied to about everything, including spirituality. So basically, when we take all of that bad and we go into this pristine Earth, you are going to live a disease-free life, and you're not going to age like you age right now. But yes, out of balance, that physical body has to decay eventually, and you're going to go into your next chapter of your life, which could be on Earth or somewhere else. It's your decision, actually. And I think most of us would like to go for a second round on this new Earth. The nice thing about extending the physical limits of our bodies, we're going to have consciousness, and we're going to share things with people closer to us, like the nuclear family, which I greatly believe in. So we're going to have time to spend life free of disease and see our children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren, maybe 4 or 5 generations living together in balance. We're going to do things our mind is not going to understand. Great technology, transportation is going to become trivial. We thank Sir Isaac Newton for his help during these 200-300 years, but he's not going to be part of that. We're really going to tap into different sources of energy in the universe, and cleaner energy that Nikola Tesla went into just briefly, but we're going to expand that, and that's going to help new methods of transportation that are basically going to make trivial the traveling among the Earth and maybe into the universe and other planets. We will start visiting other planets as we become an advanced civilization, benevolent, and we're going to try to help other civilizations that are in a different place than us. They're back along. So the same help that is coming from us, we're going to do it for the universe as this new war starts. So it's very similar, you see, about the climate change narrative and the Great Reset, but it's basically a whole lot different thing. There are not going to be any special groups, no politics, no politicians, no leaders. The knowledge is not going to be taught on schools. It's going to just come to you spiritually as wisdom. So you're going to do great things that you don't even understand, and they're not going to go through your mind. Okay. If you try to think this logically, there's no logic to it. Okay. So don't even try. Okay. So this is something I feel very grateful about, especially for the past 12 months. A little bit of bad news. Apparently, the number that is coming, that in order to be part of this new Earth, you're going to have to learn about yourself, okay? So I must insist, like I did in episode 1, that this is all about you. You have to understand who you are, and you have to understand where you come from in order to be part of this new Earth. So what's going to happen is, apparently right now, the number is changing, or I hope it's going to change. Right now, only 40% of humanity is going to be part of this new pristine Earth. That doesn't mean it's because we right now say 7 to 8 billion, so that's probably going to be around 2.8, something like that, 3 point something billion is going to be part of this new world, and the rest is going to be left behind on the other world I'm going to talk about in a few minutes. I don't agree. I really send that message that I don't agree. I think the number should be 100%. So if that number is because 40% didn't get the job and 60% did, I don't agree with that. One mistake shouldn't be part of such an important decision like that. Okay, so basically this world is going to be beautiful. It's what was supposed to be since the beginning. We're going to do right to other species. Of course, we have biological needs. There's going to be a food chain, but it's going to be in balance. Just think if humans didn't exist on Earth. I mean, do you really see other species being, I don't know, like we are? And again, don't think of me as an environmentalist and I care more about animals than humans. I care about everything. Everything is God's work. Really, the universe, it just demands a very simple universal law that you accept all interference and you don't give any interference to everything else. So the universe clearly understands we as biological beings have needs. So there's going to be a food chain, but we're going to be in balance with that. And as we grow wiser and as we grow away from the ego and into the being, our biological needs of food and drink or whatever, water, they're going to be reduced, okay? They're going to be reduced gradually, so we're going to just need less food than we do right now. And why do we need a lot of food right now? The reality is and for anyone that has weight problems, don't feel bad about it. Okay, I'm hungry all the time. The problem is food right now is not nutritious, okay? Definitely diet food is the worst thing you could do. I'm sorry to pass a little bit of judgment there, but really diet food is just dead food. Anything you put on a microwave becomes dead, even if it's nutritious before you eat. Everything, vegetables, whatever you put in a microwave is just gonna die. I'd say it was dead before. Not really. I mean, don't think rationally on that. I mean, anything you put that goes through a microwave is basically dead matter. So the reason we need so much food is because it's so little nutritious that at the end you need more quantity of it for your needs that you have, and you clearly have. And it's not about calories, okay? Calories is something that the system invented to make us feel bad. So you eat 4,000 calories, you eat 2,000 calories. I mean, will it be the same to eat 2,500 calories, which is the apparently required number for an adult male of Twinkies, or do that of vegetables and fruits that are organic without pesticides and radiation? What's the difference? They say it's the same. Actually. They say calories are calories, and you maybe should get some protein in there and whatever. So all that this food narrative is going to change. We're going to be feeding from really nutritious food, and eventually through generations we're going to need less and less and less, and our physical body is going to become more pristine, more in the image of what is supposed to be eventually, and then eventually we're going to become beings of light and only energy, and we're going to be live in balance forever with our world, with other worlds, with other species. Okay, so that's the world. Are there going to be any football games, TV series, stuff like that? I don't see anything like that, but in a way this is pretty creepy, but you're going to be happy, okay? You're going to be happy because you're going to be upgraded into something else than you're right now, okay? Really, physically and spiritually. It's going to be an upgrade, okay? Remember, all the power is inside you. I mean, you are this beautiful expression of love. You're like a blimp, but your size is infinite if that's what you want, okay? Really, you can be anything you wanted to. You can transform your reality, and you certainly can be part of this world. There are no rules, and there's no... the number of 40% is apparently because some people are going to get it, and 60% are not. So for a long time, the past few years, apparently there was this notion that we shouldn't interfere, And right now there's the little permission that maybe we should not interfere, but be very outspoken about what's going on. So whoever is curious, curiosity is what starts a lot of these things. I was a very curious child, and I always question everything. Question everything. It's very important. It's very important to question, okay? When you submit to knowledge, I know I don't know how to explain it really. Please question everything. Question this, okay? Be curious. Maybe research it on your own. Maybe there's something there. Maybe I'm crazy. I don't know. Do your own research and find your own truth inside you. You have all the knowledge. And I said yesterday, you have a Wikipedia inside you. I was joking a little bit. I don't think Wikipedia is a good source of information. I'm just saying so you understand what you have in you. You have an unlimited amount of wisdom and power ready to go out, okay? And you're gonna get it eventually through many along your path into infinite time. So this is the good news. There's a beautiful world waiting for us. It's here in the air. It's going to be physical. It's not going to be something, this has been called the fifth dimension for you, maybe that have heard of it. This has been ridiculized as a new age mumbo jumbo, like people that are talking about this are bat crazy. It has fifth dimension. To me, it's a label. First of all, it confuses you with the 3 dimensions, and then there's the 4D, which is basically you are between 3D and 5D, and then there's 8D and 21D and whatever. Labels, honestly, to the people talking about them, I don't care about those. I just understand the Earth is going to be upgraded. Now about the timeline, there is no fixed timeline, because really we will wait for 100, 200, 500 years if necessary for humanity to get it. But the problem right now, it's the other side, you see. The devils, the parasites, the powers that be, they're throwing the book at us. They're gonna do many awful things in the next months and years. So because they use the ability to travel through time to go into the future, and they see this pristine earth and say, oh my God, we're cut off from this because we're low vibration beings, and we have to leave this earth and go bother somewhere else. You remember they feed from us, okay? They feed from our suffering, from our fear, and they feed from or hate, and when you go low vibration, you're playing on their side, okay? So they have been going back and forth on time forever, and they're doing that right now extensively, and that's why they're pushing the timeline that much. And the timeline right now seems to be 2 to 3 years, that 2025 or something like that, in terrestrial years, that this pristine world is going to open like magically. Again, don't try to explain it. Don't try to go to your mind what's going to go. I mean, what's going to become? Are we going to transform? Are we going to die in these 3 dimensions and go into 5 dimensions? I don't know anything. Just trust it. Okay? I don't know. So I understand that if you go through your mind, you're going to go crazy. But it's going to transformation is coming. That's the good news. And I honestly think the number of 40% is just what is right now. But that number can change and go into 50, 60, and I hope it goes to 100%. No one left behind. If you're a criminal, if you have been awful this life and others, you're going to eventually get it. You get as much opportunities to become good. And there's no reason. I mean, I hope this backfires on these demons and their great reset, a new world, and I'm going to talk in a few minutes. It's empty, and there's no one there, and they're just alone, and they have to leave, okay? So that's a good news. This is the world that is waiting for all of us, not only 40%. Think of it like an airplane that is on the tarmac, and it's the engines are pushing, and we're about to take off, and we're shouting to everyone, please get on, please get on. You have the golden ticket inside you, okay? You don't have to do anything. Nothing. I mean, you are an expression of love and God, and thus you are invited to this new world, but you have to figure it out on your own, and that's what we're really. If one person gets it or gets a clue and starts its own research into finding out who they are, my job will be done. And as a favor, if that person thinks could really do this for me, if they try to get another person to find its own way, his or her job will be done. So that's the beautiful, pristine world that is awaiting us. We're going to live in balance with everything, and forget they try to confuse you. This is not climate change or anything. We just have to live in balance within ourselves, within our own civilization, with other beings, biological beings, with the Earth, which is alive, and all planets and all civilizations, and the universe. It's a universal law. Do not interfere, accept all interference. Okay, that's the good news. Let's go to the other world. Just looking at this picture makes me dizzy. Okay, first of all, I'm something called electrosensitive. It's, just a thing. It's not fun. I wish I didn't have it. I've had it since little. Energy affects me. Electrical energy. I'm gonna go very little into that, but basically there's something called anions and cations. Okay, so anions are negatively electrical particles, and cations are positive electrical particles. And you know what emits anions? Waterfalls, forests, going barefoot in a forest, hugging a tree, going into the sea, where when the waves from the sea break and they create this mist, you can even hear it. That's anions are being created there, millions. Okay, that's all health, that's all perfect, that's all balanced, that's beautiful. Okay, what creates cations? Computers, cellular phones, nuclear power plants, energy transportation through conventional means, high voltage energy, cellular towers, all that. So this picture I'm showing is full of cations, okay? So they want to sell you this idea, especially to the younger crowd, because I mean they've grown with this technology, this bad technology, because really the technology right now in the world is bad, it's horrible. Everything, any technology you can think of, wireless, for example, Wi-Fi is bad for your health. Bluetooth is horrible for your health, worse than Wi-Fi, by the way. All different generations of cellular technology, 1G, 2G, 3G, 4G, 5G, one worse than the other, but they are all really bad. If you go and hug a tree, you're getting life, you're getting balance, you're getting health. If you go and hug a cellular tower, you're going to be dead in a few minutes, okay? It even has a sign, risk of death, just be here for a minute or two, because if you're here for an hour, you're going to pass out and die. Okay, so this new world, they want to sell to you this new reset, whatever they want to call it, just labels. They want to sell to you, you're not going to work. Okay, that's similar to the pristine world, and you're going to get paid in a digital currency. But you know this digital currency is going to come with some strings, and it's basically going to have a time limit on it. So you cannot save digital currency. You're going to be obliged to spend it as soon as you can, and you're going to spend it on trivial pleasures, which will come to you digitally, and then you're being hooked up to this thing. You're going to be 100 jabs or whatever. You're going to, if you want to keep living, you're going to have to take your injections and your medicines and your pills, and you cannot have any kind of thoughts. If you have genuine thoughts, or you're thinking, is this reality? Is this who I am? You're going to be immediately, probably at the beginning, just sapped. They're going to electroshock you, and then they have the power through the jabs and through all this technology to stop your heart, and they think they kill you. And I really hope when that happens, as a spirit, you leave this earth, and you leave that reality. You see, there are going to be two realities on earth. It's going to split. I hope that reality is empty, so it disappears. Once that reality is not fed by you, through your suffering, through your fear, through your low vibration of being this being that has no original thoughts and cannot even think, who am I? That reality is going to disappear magically. I cannot explain how. Don't think of it through your brain. Don't think of it through physics and equations and all that and math. That has nothing to do with it. It's just going to disappear. Okay, and so they are really pushing this because they see the pristine air, and they see that right now there's this estimation that 16%. I don't know who got the number, but I heard that 16% are currently ready for the pristine world. So that will be, again, 1 point something billion people. So it's more than more people think. If you ask someone how many people do you think they're awake, they talk about 5%, 2%. Apparently right now 16%. Okay, I mean, no way I can prove you where the number comes from. It looks to me about right. And the estimation right now is before we need to launch into this new pristine world, it's going to be 40%. And I hope the number is much, much higher. Actually, really, from the bottom of my heart, I want the number to be 100%, and everyone get the chance. And this artificial new world, the one I'm showing in the picture, gets 0 human beings, and then they need to leave. By the way, on this world, they're going to tell you because of climate change and that you only need to live 30, 40 years because that's your duty to the world and to your humanity. My God, the things they come up, your duty, okay. So it's going to be your duty to die young, but you know what? You're not going to have to go to school. You're not going to have to work ever. You're just going to get stuff. You're going to get your digital, dollars or whatever, and then you're going to get them to spend on pleasure, terrestrial pleasures for 30 years that are going to be really fun, I think. And you're going to be, you're going to be like a zombie, okay? It's going to be like the zombie apocalypse. Only the difference, we're not going to maybe eat each other. You're probably not going to be moving that much physically. You're going to stay. That's why they want to push all these horrible things like, this home office and, and children not going to school and being afraid of each other and maybe do it through home and through computers. No. The more we can be together, the better, the closer. I mean, it's really don't subscribe to any of that. I mean, I work in IT, that's fine, but I say I hope technology changes. I really, and I said this for many years. I think what they have been teaching us, that we come here to create money and to create wealth and have a career and all that, doesn't resonate with me. It's just I'm part of this three-dimensional world right now, and I have responsibilities to others, so I have to be part of it. Also, one little thing about this other world, there maybe, I get the impression that there's going to be pockets of resistance, okay? They're really going to go hard against them. So it's going to be really hard to be a pocket of resistance in this new world, or this artificial one, the bad one. Okay, it's going to be hard. It's not about weapons. These beings have advanced weaponry, and really, if they want to take you out, they want to take you out. So you're going to have to hide. You're going to have to create your own food and energy. So it's going to be hard. So again, I can only give you my suggestion. I'm not allowed to tell you what to do, okay? But my suggestion will be, how about if you discover who you are, and maybe you're part of the previous light or the previous world? Again, there's no requirements. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to repent. You don't have nothing. Just discover yourself. We are at a juncture. They're going to throw the book at us in this dimension, in this reality. And I hope we all get it eventually before these 2, 3, 4 years they come out with this reality. Because once you're part of this reality, the problem is, it's going to be, you're going to be so, like they put, I'm trying to find the word, anesthetic on you, or they're going to, like you're taking 100 Xanax per day. You're going to be like a robot. You're really don't even going to have the ability to have an original thought or go into your spirit. It's going to be there. They're never going to take that away, because they can't. It's going to be there. Your spirit's going to be there, but you're going to be totally out of touch from your spirit, because you're really physically so, full of poisons and all of these things. And they say, okay, you are not going to own anything. I'm not going to even talk about that, because I don't think that's the problem. And you're going to be happy, okay? Like drugs make you happy. Do they make you happy? They make you feel well, maybe, but do they make you happy? Most people on hard drugs, and they go full born, they usually end up dead or in suicide and that. So no, you're going to be happy in that way. You're going to be drugged all the time, drugged on information, physically drugged through the injections and all the things they're going to give you, and it's going to come in a form of EMFs. You're going to be in a sea of EMFs, horrible, high frequency, which, again, one thing is high frequency, one thing is high vibration. Like oranges and apples, high frequency is really bad for you, but physically. But it's going to be really hard for you to eventually you're going to physically die, and unfortunately the chances are you're going to go back to that reality, okay? Because you don't even want to understand what's going on. So I hope, really hope that we get it on time and 100%. I cannot come up with a lower number than 100%. 99.8, not enough for me. We need to go. We all deserve to go there. We have been attacked for so many years, and really, these beings, I hope they go away. I hope they get it. Maybe they learn something and they start vibrating higher. But you see, they are also, like in this artificial world, they are so attached to the pleasures of being on lower frequency, because through their reverence of black goo and black energy, they get what they want. They transform reality. They build these weapons that they have, and on the physical world, really we don't stand a chance. You see, that was never the point. we were never designed, or the intention of our father was to us fight on the physical world. I mean, he doesn't even think about fighting. So this is a little bit like Indira Gandhi said 100 years ago, something that you will fight for peace. Yes, there's a way. Okay, they cannot fight us on a high vibration. On this, they cannot go into this pristine world I'm talking about. They're not going to be there. Okay, and there's not going to be someone that wants to take advantage and says, I'm going to be the new president, so all the money for me. There's probably not even going to be the concept of money as you know it. Everything is just going to work and appear for you, and we're going to be equally, truly happy, not artificially happy, and on this artificial world I'm talking about. So, thank you for watching. If you have any comments or suggestions, please use the comments. I'm really trying to figure this out. I've never had a channel before, so if I take some time to respond to you through the comments, I apologize. I'm probably gonna start posting the email at the end of the video. I really don't have the time right now to go through spam or whatever, so that's why I don't wanna post it on the show notes. Okay, really thank you for watching, and please, if you feel there's something I can do for you, please let me know. Okay, have a very nice day.
We want you on the show. Send me an email to hey@humanitywins.net to schedule an interview. Help me out by making the show more interesting, fun and knowledgeable by having you on and giving our viewers the opportunity to learn from you. Thank you for making it to this part of the video. This is my favorite part. This is where I suggest to you that you discover yourself. You are not what you have been groomed to believe. You are this incredible being without limits that has eternal life, amazing strength, infinite wisdom, and a big, beautiful heart. All your limits are always self-imposed. Your best version in this reality is inside you. Your only mission on this life is to become a beacon of love and guidance. This version is ready to be discovered today. How do you discover yourself? The discovery process is a personal one. No one can do it for you. Dedicate 5 minutes a day to talk to yourself and the universe. Request to be connected and ask, who am I? Where do I come from? You will start getting signs, breadcrumbs and signals. You will notice how your notions about those realities start disappearing. No more hierarchies, no more competition, no more complaining, no more depending on others. Discovering yourself equals to breaking your matrix. Your self-imposed limits will fall, and you will be ready to serve humanity and help break this spell and deception on us. But you must be patient to allow others to wake up at their time through their own free will. That will be really soon, you will see, and that will start a new world. As you work towards your best version, you will notice how all emotions don't serve you anymore. Hate, fear, rage, pride, loss, envy, violence, justice, true violence, judgment of others, and other emotions will disappear from your mind and heart. You will understand those emotions serve only the evildoers and are not you. Please try to be understanding of others that don't think or feel like you. Everyone has a process. No one is right or wrong. We're all just different. Don't be concerned about being right, ever. Don't allow pride preventing you from patching things up with family and friends. It is very important you enjoy this life with your loved ones. Put in the work to patch things up and leave it to others to decide. Please relax and enjoy life. When everyone breaks their own matrix, humanity through our community consciousness will break the final spell. The new world will start and everything will gradually fall. Governments, hierarchies, and the medical and financial system will go from scarcity to abundance for all. Thank you very much for watching. Please share this episode. If you have any comments or suggestions, please use the comment section below. For private questions, conversations, and if you would like to appear on the show, please email me at hey@humanitywins.net. Please be sure to check out our friends from Waking the Future and their awaken-attire.com shop. They gave me my first opportunity to speak about this and I will be forever grateful. Link to their channel and shop on the show notes. Thank you again. Please don't forget to visit our website www.humanitywins.net. By giving me your time, you honor me. Have a very, very, very nice day.